The camera then moves on to debate the response from Foreign Minister Malmer Stenergard of the Moderates, to Interpellation number 332 by Markus Wiechel of the Sweden Democrats regarding Somaliland's independence. And the floor is first given to Foreign Minister Malmer Stenergard of the Moderates. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Markus Wiechel has asked me if I and the government are taking any measures to support Somaliland's democracy and self-determination, and how I and the government are working to strengthen bilateral cooperation with Somaliland. Markus Wiechel has also asked me if it might be possible for me and the government to follow the examples of countries like the USA, Taiwan, and Ethiopia in their respective recognition of Somaliland's independence. As I have previously stated in response to Markus Wiechel's written questions, Sweden emphasizes the importance of respecting Somalia's cohesion, sovereignty and territorial integrity in accordance with its constitution, as well as the respective charters of the African Union and the United Nations. Sweden regards Somalia as a unit and thus acts in line with the EU and the rest of the international community. Therefore, Sweden does not intend to recognize Somaliland. The government further notes that no other country has recognized Somaliland. The government views with concern last year's increased tensions in the Horn of Africa, where the agreement between Ethiopia and the Somaliland region in January 2004 was a contributing factor. The population of Somalia has been subjected to terrible suffering for decades through violence and conflicts that have succeeded one another. The government therefore hopes that the agreement between Somalia and Ethiopia in December 2024 will contribute positively to both the relationship between the two countries and to regional stability, trade and solutions to common challenges. For the government, it is crucial to continue strengthening the partnership and networks with all of Somalia, including Somaliland. Sweden has long had a broad cooperation with Somalia through support to, among other things, peaceful and inclusive societies, democratic development and economic growth. As previously mentioned, the support also extends to Somaliland. Sweden has, among other things, supported the implementation of general local elections, parliamentary and presidential elections in Somaliland over time. The government intends to continue supporting development in these areas and looks forward to maintaining close contact with all of Somalia. Thank you.
Thank you much. I now give floor to Interpellant Markus Wiechel, Democrats.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I would like to start by thanking the Foreign Minister for the response to the interpellation and also emphasize that I often think the Foreign Minister makes the right decisions. I think she does a very good job in her role and that this is an issue I have been advocating for many years. And the reason I bring it up is precisely because I believe the government can pursue a different, more proactive approach. If we start with the status of the recognition of Somaliland, it is known that Taiwan has fully recognized Somaliland. Taiwan is one of the world's most prominent nations, if I may say so. They themselves are not fully recognized, but I believe most would agree that they are de facto their own state. The USA is on the way to recognizing Somaliland. The newly inaugurated president has expressed his ambition to recognize Somaliland. Ethiopia has made a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland, where they have promised to recognize Somaliland. Israel has expressed support for recognition, and in the United Kingdom, the debate about recognition has flared up again and has been quite intense. Additionally, there are several states that have deepened their ties with Somaliland, including the United Arab Emirates. So there are a number of countries moving in this direction, and I believe it is very positive. What we also see is that those who primarily support Somalia's illegitimate claims to have control over Somaliland are totalitarian rogue regimes. We have China, we have Russia, and so on. We thus see that dictatorships tend to support Somalia. Democracies support Somaliland. I believe that especially considering the situation we are in today, the world is increasingly divided into democracies and dictatorships. It is important that we actually support the good side in this. Somaliland is indeed that. They have conducted free elections since the 1990s, the early 1990s. They have well-functioning institutions. They respect things that are fundamental values for us, but are by no means the norm in this region of the world. So I believe that recognition would not only benefit that region, not only benefit those who live there, but it would also benefit the Western world. We would gain a strong and reliable partner in various contexts. We would also demonstrate that it pays off to do the right thing, to have free elections, to respect minorities, and so on.